Here's a montage of what Portland looks like.
I am smack dab in the middle of a Portland green space. Everywhere you look, trash, paraphernalia, rotting food, and even dead animals. This is the reality of the streets. This is a symptomatic homeless teenager on the streets on meth. For what?
They have $2 clear?
No, I don't have clear. This is a symptomatic homeless man who's been talking to himself for about 2 hours downtown Portland. Homeless from behind me has been flashing people the last half hour. Behind me is a senior citizen smoking meth. He's about 72 years old. Homeless man behind me without a shirt just tried to break that window. So nobody is dying in this exact moment, but this right here is the deadliest block in Portland and where I've seen about 20 people die in the last year. Behind me is a homeless woman injecting heroin into her foot. Knotted out in front of a business. Impossible to get in the front door. There's a good 15 people on this block. About 12 are actively smoking fentanyl. 2 people live indoors but come here for the fentanyl. 1 person didn't appear to be using, just kind of hanging out, but overall, good 95% are actively using drugs on this block in Portland.
All native-born whites, of course. A 72-year-old smoking meth. A 72-year-old smoking meth on the street. Who would tolerate that? A cruel person, a truly cruel and evil person would tolerate that. That's not freedom. That's bondage. That's murder. No normal country would tolerate that for one moment. And in real countries, they don't tolerate that. In a downtown, they don't do that. Only in the West do they do that. And the cruelest and most heartless of all are the generation whose children are on the street smoking meth. They're called the boomers. The boomers. They're not all bad. Not every boomer is terrible. But if you had to identify one generation responsible for the decline and possible destruction of the United States of America, it would be that one. Their fathers returned from liberating Europe and Asia, and they bequeath us this.
This land is my land, from California to New York Island, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me.
They can't even play the mandolin. Mediocre in addition to everything else, a little Ukraine flag. Cliche after cliche after cliche. Not a deep thought. No self-reflection at all, just self-involvement. That's that generation. And if you were there, you would ask them, you wouldn't ask them about ICE or immigrants. You would ask them about the state of their city before the immigrants even got there. Like, why did you allow elderly men to smoke meth on the street? People to die on your sidewalks. They had a dysentery outbreak in Portland, Oregon last year, because the sanitation, the so-called homeless camps was so bad. How could you allow that? Did you notice it? You said you were compassionate. You care about the people of Kyiv. Did you notice the people in downtown Portland were dying on the street? You monster. They're monsters. That level of neglect is monstrous. And the key mistake that normal people make is ceding the moral high ground to people like that, who disguise their hate and indifference to their fellow human beings with the language of compassion. It's a lie. And you know it's a lie because look at the city they made.